And before we get started with our morning today, I would like to welcome up Reverend Bill Dunn from St. Stephen's Episcopal Church, who will lead our morning in prayer.
Morning, everyone. I've been thinking about kind of what to say. We've been doing these things for a while, and there's a lot going on right now with the virus and all, and so I got to thinking about this, and every faith tradition has in it some version of the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And I got to thinking that maybe one of the best things we could be thinking of today and reflecting on today. And I would guess that these students, Monica and Jesse and Alejandro and Britney, have probably already figured this out. And their teachers and their parents and their sponsors, is that if we try to look for ways to enhance the lives of others, we look at ways that we can make people safer, we look at ways that we can make people healthier. When we do that, we're helping ourselves too. And so that's going to be the foundation of this prayer that I offer today, that we would be thinking about others, especially in a time like this when it's so convenient and so tempting to want to think only of ourselves. So let's bow our heads and let's have a word of prayer. Gracious and loving God, first of all, we give you thanks for the blessings of the day. We thank you for each of these students, Monica and Jesse, Alejandro and Britney, for the journeys that they've taken and are still on, the celebration that we have today, for the accomplishments that they bring to life. We pray for all who are affected by this virus that is out there. We pray for those who are even now applying their gifts to try to find a vaccine, and for all those in our medical community who are out there working to try to help us stay safe and be healthy. Bless the food that we have to our use. Bless our lives to your service. May we do unto others today as you would have them do unto us. For these and all your mercies, we give you thanks and praise in Jesus' name. Amen.
Students, we want to hear from you. This is your platform, your mic. We want to know what your future plans are. We want to know what you've given back or what you plan on give back to your community, your school. And most importantly, the reason you were chosen for this program is a difficult life challenge that you have overcome. And I know it's difficult to get in front of a mic, in front of a camera and a bright light, and speak about those challenges, but you are empowering others, and this is what that program is about. And I say, don't stop here. Go back to your school and share your stories, because that's how you empower others that don't have a voice.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Monica Torres. I am proud to be here representing New Horizons High. I am honored that Principal Sanchez and Mr. Waedekin nominated me for this award. I would also like to congratulate the other students here on their selection. Ursula Burns, Chairman and CEO of Beaumont, once said, "I didn't learn to be quiet when I had an opinion. The only reason they knew who I was is because I told them." Each day, these words continue to motivate me and remind me that my voice is important. I believe my greatest contribution to my community, school, and family is my voice, my courage, the passion I have to put others before myself, and the compassion I have for everyone I have and have not met. My future career plans include going to the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising, also known as FIDM. I'd like to major in graphic design and have a future in film and animation. My goal with this career is to give awareness about mental and social issues. I've always used my art as a way to express my emotion, and I've had a passion for art and animation for over a decade. I plan to take it further than the small works that I've done before. I wasn't always the person you see here today. My family and I come from a long line and life of poverty, discrimination, and pain. I was quiet, angry, unstable, and fearful. With no goals and no other way to cope, I turned to my art. I thought I was destined to become some sort of juvenile delinquent, or even worse. The mental and physical scars of my past still bring me pain, but I owe my life to my sister, my parents, and my school, New Horizons. Thanks to their endless support and genuine love, they kept me going. They give me the confidence to continue to grow, to be a strong, loud, confident, and independent young woman. Over time, I have been truly grateful to those people who have helped me and believed in me. Any and every chance I get, I will give back to my family, teachers, staff members, and the locals of this town that have helped me blossom into who I am today. I plan to give back to my community, paying it forward, as they say, by volunteering, being a voice for the weak, and cheering on the strong. I will speak my mind to benefit the environment I and many others live in. I was once a girl with no goals, no plans, and no hope. Now I do. I believe, and I think my fellow student winners here today would agree with me that one of the most significant life lessons that we can take with us to college is the idea that once a person reaches his or her rock bottom, there's nowhere else to go but up. But with that, if we don't do this ourselves, we will only continue to be at the bottom. All we have to do is keep climbing. In closing, again, I want to thank you once more for this incredible honor. Thank you.
Do you want me to tell them a little bit better? Okay. Ooh. So I'd like to share a little more with you about Monica. I had to write things down because every time I come here, if I follow one of our students, I cry all over the place. And then I digress and don't say the important things about them and I miss it. So I wanted to share this with you. Monica Torres truly exemplifies New Horizons' goal for each of our students to show their pride. And that's our acronym for persistence, respect, integrity, duty, and enthusiasm. And she shares all these things with our staff, our teachers, our students every day. Monica has been a leadership student active with Miss Douglas's Friday Night Live group for several years. Monica attended the 2018 Fall Leadership LEAP Conference and was a speaker for our group. She was the voice of the youth of New Horizons, and she actively participated in the event and brings her strategies back to our campus. She attended the 3-day leadership camp for Friday Night Live at Camp Buckhorn, spring of 2019, which strengthened her leadership skills. On campus, Monica has helped with our blood drives, our spirit days. She's volunteered for the Stagecoach Days Parade 2 years in a row, the street fairs around Stagecoach Days, and she assists our teachers with projects and duties. This is something very important I'd like to share. It should be noted that Monica also not only created and was the lead in the 2019 Directing Change video contest from her school, the previous year she won first place for her animation film in Riverside County. So she won over all the other students and groups that submitted their films. Her film is called Bursting Bubbles. It explores youth crisis and the need for sometimes support and mental health, and it is on YouTube. Monica is active in my theater class, and she's exploring her voice through playwriting, monologue writing. She performs those. Her community service actually has included traveling to Hoffer, where we work with the GATE program, and Monica does theater games with the elementary kids that are there. That's part of her community service for her senior project. And she also has chaperoned for many of the programs on our site where we bring students to the McCallum Theater for events. For the past 2 years, Monica has worked with me as a photographer and staff writer on the Coombs yearbook. So it truly has been an honor to watch Monica successfully apply her skills and become the great student she is. So thank you.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Josephine Torres. I am the sister of Monica Torres. I can go on and on talking about how thankful I am for the teachers like Mr. Waedekin and Mr. Sanchez, but I'll try to keep it short and sweet. I went to the same school for a couple of years, and back in 2017, I also won Student of the Month here, and I got the same breakfast, and I am as appreciative now as I was then for this opportunity for her, because she really deserves it. At home, she is so selfless and just such a beautiful person, and I remember growing up with her and seeing her just be such a small, insecure little person, and it's been so beautiful to watch her grow up into the person that she is today. She is so unapologetically herself, and that's something that I've always been jealous of, and I'm so proud of her for being that kind of person, because I've never had the strength to do so. And once again, I want to thank the teachers, because they helped me blossom into the person that I am today. They helped me find my passion and do what I do today, and I couldn't be more grateful for them and for showing her the potential that she had and helping her to grow into the person that she is today too. So thank you for this, and thank you to everybody else who helps students find who they really are. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Layla Thompson. I'm Monica and Josephine Torres' mother. I thank the students, all the students here, the teachers, the sponsors of this program. Without you, I don't know where my daughters would be. Monica is doing better this year than she has ever done. And as a mom, I'm now confident in her future, and it's because of the teachers at New Horizons that take the time to work with her and to show her that she really matters. And so I thank you, everybody. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. I am not going to say really anything, because this is one of the students where you will finally see a tear come out of my eye if I do speak. We're going to come forward.
Good morning. I am Jesus Jimenez, the proud principal of Beaumont High School, and I just have a few remarks. It's hard to believe that this is the last Student of the Month celebration for this current school year, that we're already talking about graduation, looking forward to the end of the school year. So it really just gone by really fast, and really truly an honor. I want to take a moment to congratulate the boys basketball team from Banning High School on their championship of their Division V CIF championship. And as you are familiar, obviously here at the Pass area as well, our girls soccer team also won their CIF Division V championship. So we are very proud of both teams. And it's really great to see both communities do come together and we're able to really, cheer on and support our students all across, basically the Pass area. So that's really nice. It is truly days like today that make our job really just phenomenal, make it special, because we have the opportunity to celebrate the accomplishments of our students. And before I introduce our nominating counselor, I would like to say, and those of you that have been here before, you know that at Beaumont High School, we like to instill something that we call the Cougar Way with our students. So Jesse here today not only embodies, but exemplifies what that means. He is responsible, Jesse is respectful, Jesse is safe, and he is involved. And to introduce this month's Beaumont High School Student of the Month is Mrs. Hardy, one of our school counselors. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Yer Hardy, and I am a counselor at Beaumont High School. I am so happy and excited to introduce Jesse Odhiambo. Jesse came to this country seeking a better life and a chance at bettering the lives of his family. Jesse encountered several barriers, including leaving his friends and family behind in Kenya, overcoming his inability to speak English, and facing really social, emotional, personal, and academic challenges in his first year here in the United States. He has worked extremely hard to get to where he is today. And at this time, I'd like to turn this over to Jesse Odhiambo.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As said before, my name is Jesse Odhiambo, and I'm very honored to be here as Beaumont High School's Student of the Month. First and foremost, I would like to thank Mr. Principal Jesus Jimenez and Ms. Hardy for nominating me and allowing me to have this opportunity. Ms. Hardy has been my counselor since sophomore year, and she's always been helpful in guiding me through the path of my success. Whenever opportunity that presents itself that's going to benefit me, she's always there, and she's the first one to let me know. I'd also like to thank my mom and brother for their support. Without them, I wouldn't be where I am today. I was 10 years old when I flew 19 hours alone from Nairobi, Kenya to the United States. I left my family, comfort zone, and friends and for a new experience. I had to adapt to a new education system. The year wasn't necessarily easy. I struggled to understand most of the lessons and consequently failed most of my tests. Through the help of my family, community, and teachers, I was able to overcome the challenge, and I'm now 3 months away from graduating with a 4.2 GPA. And I've also been accepted to Cal Poly Pomona to be part of the aerospace engineering program. With this aerospace engineering degree, I hope to help manufacture planes that will benefit the environment and also be cost effective. My accomplishments are all due to the support I receive from everyone around me and the joy they have in seeing me succeed. As a result, I feel like it's very important to give back to them. As an African American, I'm involved in a community where I become a mentor to young children between the ages of 6 to 12. When we as a community hold meetings, I'm given the responsibility of controlling the children. During this time, I often try to influence them into getting involved in the amazing field of STEM and how it can influence their future lives. All the parents appreciate how they can now hold their meetings undisturbed and knowing the kids are in good hands. Additionally, in Beaumont High School, I'm a secretary for Cougars for Christ and a member of National Honor Society, where we volunteer in our community and help in activities like clean up the campus. Through the challenges and successes in life come the lessons. What lessons have I learned from my experiences? I've learned that success takes time. You have to be patient and constantly determined to achieve your goals. Difficulties will always be present, but as long as you surround yourself with people who support you and motivate you, you will be on the right path. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Christine Odhiambo, the mom of Jesse and Ethan. I have 2 boys. A few years ago, I left my country to come for a better future. My baby was young. My dad, being an educationalist, he offered to take care of my son so I could come and further my studies. It was hard for me. The first 2 weeks, I almost went back, but he insisted that it was for better. When time came for Jesse to come, it was a challenge in the beginning, as he said. I had never gone through this education system. It was all new to me in high school, especially. It took people like Ms. Hardy and the principal. I constantly was in their offices trying to find out how this system works. And this is the reap of that. I am so excited for people like her that were willing to listen to me. And even Jesse, working so hard, to me today proves that hard work pays, and there's always a reap of it, despite the difficulties that you go through. A few years after Jesse came, unfortunately, my dad passed away. It was the hardest thing ever for both of us. We had to fly back and come back. But when we came back, I saw the difference. I saw that he really wanted to prove that education, diligence, patience pays off. because of what my dad had instilled in us. Today, I'm a very proud parent. I am a very happy mom. I am a very happy mama bear. That's all the noise I make and all the things I say to my boys, that you can make it when you work hard, that everything you do, put others first, be a servant. When you be a servant, we're here to serve others. Through serving others, you are blessed. Thank you very much. Thank you for the sponsors. Thank you, everybody. May God bless you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Baldi. I'm the proud principal of Banning High School, the home of the Broncos. And I would like to echo my colleague, Mr. Jimenez, Principal Jimenez's comments about the sports teams here in the Pass area. It's a very proud moment for the Beaumont Cougars with the winning of the girls soccer team, and of course for the Banning Broncos with our boys basketball. Sports seems to galvanize in many ways a city, a district, and really it made it electric for this entire region. And so the Pass area truly is one family, and we're really excited to celebrate in that. We're also excited very much to celebrate in today with a young man, Alejandro Cruz Jr., known as Alex, who, when you talk about being Bronco strong, he demonstrates that each and every day. So with more information about Alex, we have his nominating teacher, Mr. John Stockham.
Thank you very much. It's an honor and a privilege to help introduce an extraordinary young man to all of you today. I've known Alex for nearly 2 years. He is the president of my golf club and always willing to help out and lead our golf club to where we need to go. He shows leadership on my golf team as well. We had a conversation a couple weeks ago about showing leadership and how difficult that is sometimes, and how it's not a natural thing to do, and you have to learn those skills. And we talked about having uncomfortable conversations with people when you show leadership. And I asked him to talk to a couple players. And he was able to do that the right way and get them to focus in and turn around and be good teammates and things like that. So I really appreciate that, and I respect that. He also helped organize a fundraiser that we did for National Breast Cancer Foundation, Incorporated. And we were able to raise nearly $800 for them. And we donated that to that and that organization. And super important that young kids learn to give back. And he gets that and he understands that. And I'm sure he's going to continue to do that. He's a gentleman and a scholar. If you talk to people around campus, whether they're students or fellow teachers or administrators, they always have good things to say about Alex, and I've never heard anybody say anything negative about Alex. He's currently on the honor roll, and he's just an exemplary gentleman and a scholar. I noticed when I interacted with Alex, there was a level of maturity and calmness that was different than with other students I usually encounter. I've been teaching for over 16 years and coaching for over 20 years, and I've coached all kinds of different sports here at Banning High School. I worked 10 years at a residential treatment facility. It was a level 14 facility, and we had 13 to 17-year-old males, all adjudicated, all with confinement time. And the list of offenses and myriads of backgrounds and a multitude of problematic behaviors. I'm saying that because I've dealt with thousands of kids, and every once in a while you meet someone like Alex who really stands out, and he does that. I have some copies of the narrative that Alex presented to me. And so I want you guys to read that narrative, and it talks about his childhood a little bit. He'll emphasize that a little bit more. But, you know, Alex's childhood experience is right up there with some of the worst histories of abuse and hardship I've ever heard. And like I said, I dealt with 13 to 17-year-olds in a residential setting, and some of their case files were heartbreaking. What amazes me the most and impresses me the most is Alex's ability to deal with all the adversity, overcome the odds, and excel. He has turned his struggles into strengths, turned adversities into achievements, transformed personal problems into productive performance. His life and what he's been through and overcome to be the person he is now is stuff that inspires internal quotes. One quote that I really like is, "We don't necessarily improve when things are easy. We improve the most when we face adversity, head on and take each moment as a lesson. The strongest steel is forged in the hottest fire." So with that, I'd like to turn it over to Alejandro Cruz.
Thank you, Mr. Stockham and Mr. Valdivia. I also want to give a shout out to the Rotary Club. Oh, thank you. For sending me to RILA. It really did an impact to me. Thank you, I appreciate it. Good morning. I am Alejandro Cruz, and I'm here today with Mr. and Mrs. Jones, along with Mr. Stockham. Before I start, I just want to give a thanks to Mr. and Mrs. Jones for taking me in when I did not have a place to go and treating me like family. I really appreciate it, guys. Then Mr. Stockham, thank you for keeping me accountable and for teaching me the virtues such as honesty, pride, attitude, and appreciation. Moving on. I believe my greatest contribution is to my family. The reason why is quite simple. I want you to imagine a chain, but on that chain, it has unemployment, frequent drug users, elementary dropouts, gang members, people hiding from cartels, depression, and most of all, broken dreams. Well, that chain is my family, and I am the one taking the initiative to break apart from that chain. I want to be the one that gives my family a better future, especially to the two people who are the most important to me, my siblings. For this reason, I am going to Grand Canyon University studying marketing and entrepreneur studies. After I obtain my degree, I would become a real estate agent with multiple properties. In addition, I will also be working my way into owning 3 restaurants. Adding on to that, I want to be an investor and have multiple sources of income so I can have such a smooth cash flow that can support the foundation I want to create. Now I will be sharing a personal story, which I believe shows an obstacle I have overcome. I have many adversities in the course of my life than your average teenager, but the one I am most proud of is to become a provider for my 2 siblings. You might be asking why. Well, let me tell you. I lived in a Section 8 housing in East Los Angeles, and my family had nothing. My best friend was peanut butter, because that is what I would have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. My clothes were the uniform that my school donated to me because they knew the situation I was in. The only reason why I even went to a private school was because of benefactors to whom I appreciate to this very day. You see, I could have went to the same school as the kids my age, but my outcome could have been different. The reason why I say this is because where I come from, you're either a drug dealer, a gang member, in prison, or dead. I consider myself one of the lucky ones that was given a chance to succeed and escape from that hole. Now I am proud to have a job where I have worked for over a year and worked my way up to the management part, where I have the role as key holder and head of merchandising. This has given me the opportunity to pay off my car in full, along with all my siblings' expenses, such as clothes that can fit them, food so that they don't have to ever experience hunger again, and leftover money to take them out so they can see that even despite the lack of parents, we can still be a normal family. Due to this reason, I cannot fail. All the long hours and sacrifices, such as clubs and sports that still make me feel like a normal teenager, I had to postpone, but it's all okay. Now, something I will be taking to me with college will be my habits, my attitude, and my mindset. The reason why I say habits is because you have to be consistent with your craft. I've never heard of anyone become successful taking days off or slacking off. Even though motivation can be good, it is not consistent as a habit. Because the moment you lose motivation, you start taking days off and not doing the best of your ability. My attitude is simple. I am always optimistic. If I wasn't optimistic, believe me, I wouldn't make it past breakfast. Lastly, my mindset. I live by 2 rules. Do everything at 100% and don't be afraid to fail. Life is a cliff. It's full of risk and danger. But the other side can be better. However, you cannot just kind of jump off the cliff. You have to commit 100%. This is why I will become successful. I am certain and only I can say what I can and cannot do. This is why I'm going to publish a book in hopes to give even one person faith the size of a grain of mustard, because that is all I have, and look at me now. In addition, I want to start a foundation called the Cruz Foundation, which will help kids from low incomes achieve their goal to attend college, and for single parents, the ability to send their child to a private school, such as Santa Teresita Elementary, the private school I attended. With that said, there is so much more that I want to achieve and going to achieve. And don't be shocked if you hear my name on the news sooner or later. Thank you all for listening, and I wish you guys a great rest of your day.
Oh my gosh. I'm Erlinda Jones, and I consider myself a second family member to Alex. I didn't know his bio until I read it today, but if you're wondering if all these things are true that Alex is saying, it is. He is a very positive young man. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to all the sponsors who are here today, for this is a big day. I kept telling Alex, aren't you ready for this? And he goes, well, it's just a, what did you say it was?
Just an award.
It's just an award. And I told him, I said, no, I said, this is really important. I said, you're going to remember this. But I want to say thank you to all those who are here, and to the sponsors and to those dignitaries that are here for your support, because these kids will look forward to this and they'll always remember this. And I am grateful to be here, to know the experience that Alex has went through. I want to say that Alex is a great and genuine and honest person, and when he tells you these things, he is telling you the truth. He has to be in order for my son to tell me and my husband about some of the challenges he was going to be facing in the upcoming months. After my son had told us, basically I was frustrated at the situation, but at the same time happy to help make someone's life better, or help ease his burden. We asked our son to ask him if he would like to live with us and be able to finish his high school days out here in Banning, at Banning High School. I can understand why you would want to do this, for I am a 1980 graduate of Banning High School, and I'm very proud of it. And know that there is a lot of spirit and pride that makes him glad to be a student of Banning with all the staff that's there. The staff is a really good support team for the Banning kids as well. Alex truly knows the meaning of effort, responsibility, leadership, and integrity, which will help mold a better society wherever he goes. Because he has all these challenges that he went through, he will make the society a better place. But I hope, Alex, as well as we set a positive family example for you in this short time you spend with us, that you will learn that family is truly important as you grow into your adulthood, that there were great memories with your friends during your school years. You will always look back to them, which will outweigh all the negative ones by far. My gift to you, Alex, is that you will always have a home to come to, and we will be there for you to support you as your second family. Congratulations, Alex, and a job well done.
My name's Ronald Jones. Alex, and my son are best friends, and when this all happened, all I know is he's a great kid, and we do everything we can to support him, and thank you guys.
Good morning, and once again, congratulations to all of our honorees. I am Dr. Manisha Carr, the proud principal for Glen View High School, where we have the Coyote commitment of being safe, respectful, and responsible. And it is with great
pleasure and privilege that we are here to recognize and celebrate Britney today. She goes above and beyond our Coyote commitment, despite the challenges and obstacles that she's had to face. And with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to her nominating teacher, Mr. Terence Balthrop.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us at this warm occasion. It's my pleasure to be able to speak a few words about Miss Britney Corral. As far as the qualities we look for at Glenview for students who receive this award, we look very closely at the student's character, their level of commitment, as well as how they work with others. So the idea of teamwork being a skill, I think that's one of the most important parts of our decision at Glenview to nominate a student for this award. My experience working with Britney has been a very positive experience in reference to her level of commitment. If I were to, and we generally don't like to do this as educators, but if I were to compare her to students I've taught in the past, she's definitely one of the strongest writers and critical thinkers that I've had in quite some years. And I've been teaching English for approximately 16 years now. I think that if you have the opportunity to get to know Britney, you'll notice that, first of all, she's somewhat introverted. However, she always finds herself involved in a variety of activities, which is something that I think is a shining quality about her as a young lady. I can think about several different directions in life I would like her to carry on her education as well as her professional life, but I think she's a really good decision maker at this point. I'm really happy to have an opportunity to meet a member of her family, well actually 2 members of her family. She also has a sister that I've worked with before. And I can say that they truly have a strong foundation as far as the adults in their life, but more importantly, I believe that Britney will continue to be very self-motivated to accomplish any goals that she sets out to accomplish. I would like to thank all of you for being a part of this, because we all can agree that it's important to support our youth, the members of the Banning and Beaumont community, as well as all of the sponsors and the parents and the friends. I would really like to thank you all for coming to this event. Now I would like to turn the microphone over to Miss Britney Corral.
Hi. Well, I'm Britney Corral. Nice to meet you all. And I really want to thank Mr. Balthrop for nominating me, because he really saw something special in me that I still don't see, but hopefully later on I will. But I also want to thank my mom and Dr. Carr for being here, and for you all being here, because, you know, it makes me think that I am worth your time. In the past, I was not a great student. I will be honest. I struggled very hard in school. I tried to make those grades. I had a learning deficiency. I couldn't do it in the past, sorry. But in middle school, I hit a depression because my families were going through a financial, hard times. And we were living in motels. I was living with friends. And I thought maybe I should drop out to help my family. And I never told my mom that, because I really do want to help my family. But she always said to me, stay in school and try your hardest. I never understood why. Once we moved over here to Beaumont, I hit a low. I was not accustomed to new environments, like Mr. Balthrop said, I am an introvert. It's hard for me to connect to people and put myself out there. So I resorted to homeschooling to see what that would be like. And I put myself in a position where I was even more alone. Both my parents were working hard, so they were never home. My siblings were mostly at school, and I was by myself all day. And I was so ashamed of myself because I gave up. And I was ready to, like end it. Thank you. Then something surprised me that really inspired me, which was my mom. She decided to go back to school, and I was really shocked because we were struggling so much. And I was like, how could you think about going back to school? What about our family? And she said to me, I'm doing this for us. And I realized maybe I should do the same. So once senior year came, I moved to Glenview. And I had so much help from my teachers and from my friends who are supporting me. And right now I'm trying so hard because I want to graduate and I want to go to college, not for myself, but for my family. Because they deserve the support, because they supported me even through the hardest times, and I want to help them. And I'm sorry. I'm working hard, and I'm so happy that I'm getting this award, because that means that I'm moving along the right path to success, and that I will be able to graduate. My goal is to go to MSJC and become a nurse, because my goal is to help others, just like my family has helped me. Thank you.
Speechless. Sorry, I'm so speechless. Oh my God. I'm very proud of her. I can't speak, I'm so sorry. I'm very, very proud of her. Since she was little, I knew she was going through this, and I feel so guilty about it. But I always told her never to give up, always continue education and be a better person, and she did. And she tried so hard, and I'm very proud of her. And because of her, I went back to school, and I just finished school, and I'm going to continue my education for her and for my other daughter that I have in school right now. Thank you so much. I'm sorry.
I would like to let you all know that it is my honor and privilege to be here and to thank all of the students for sharing their lives with us. And they're already a great success in life. Monica, your voice is very important, and I'm so glad that you have found it. Where is she? I can't find her. There she is. She's hiding behind. I'm so glad that you've overcome your fears. Your voice is important, and I think we're going to hear it many times in the future. Thank you. Jesse, I can't imagine what it's like to be a 10-year-old boy and faced with the difficulties that you were faced with. I am so proud as an American to have you be a Christian American in this country. Thank you very much. Alex, you have manners. If we just all had manners in today's world, think how much nicer everyone would be, and we certainly need to find our manners in this world. And maybe Alex can change the world by teaching them all his manners. I'm so proud of him for breaking the chain, and yet he's breaking the chain and he still has a wonderful love for his family. All of you have a wonderful love for your family. All four of you mentioned it. And I think that must be very important to being a success. I also would like to make a special thank you to the Jones family for opening their hearts to Alex. It's very kind of you. It's not an easy thing to do. And Alex, I could use some golf tips because I took golf lessons 4 times, and my husband said I couldn't take any more lessons because I was getting worse. And Britney, there you are. You're a winner by just smiling. Just smiling at all of us when you stood up here is just opens your heart to everyone. So keep smiling and keep fighting. You're just a delight. And let's see, I've got to read my notes here. Turn my page over. And Britney, you also have a winning smile and a love of family. I was an introvert, and here I am speaking in front of all these people. And you do get over it as you get older. It would be wonderful for you to be a nurse. I want you to know that I had a sister that became a nurse when she was 50 years old. So to your mother, you stay in school. It doesn't matter how old you are. You can be a success at any age. So thank you very much for giving me the privilege of speaking.
Thank you all so much for giving Bette and I the opportunity to speak. We're so blessed to be here. Monica, where are you, dear? Monica, don't ever be quiet. Always speak up, even if you have to think about it a little bit and get rid of those butterflies in your stomach, because that is, to me, the most important thing that you said, because that helped you be on your path. I like that you want to set examples for others, and you are doing that. You just set an example for all the people in this room, and I appreciate what you had to say. Jesse, where are you? Where's Jesse? What a beautiful young man you are. I'm so proud, as Bette said, to know that you are part of an American Christian valued person who's going to go a long way in his life. Jesse, I like your patience, because that's one of the things I say to my grandchildren all the time. I've given up talking to my kids, okay? So I pass this along to my grandchildren. Patience, and when I say this, patience, they say, is a virtue. Patience is a virtue. I think the most wonderful thing you have going for you, and I saw it today, we all saw it today, is the pride on your mother's face. Alex, where's Alex? You know, I know this is just an award, okay? But it's the first of many awards that you young men, I'm sure, will get, as will all of you. I think perhaps the most important thing you'll learn, and this is just for Alex and the students, so the rest of you don't need to listen. We can look at each other and we can see the outside of who we are, but our backgrounds don't show. I am the child of alcoholics. My brother and sisters are alcoholics. And life wasn't always that easy for me or my brothers or sisters. Don't let that, what's inside here, affect what goes outside, what you can achieve. You have wonderful goals. You have 2 of the most very important assets that I see from what you told us today. You have Mr. and Mrs. Jones, and you will find people like that all through your life. And you have your siblings, not only to take care of, but to teach the assets that you have, and that you're going to share that with them. Don't give them the opportunity. Britney, where's little Miss Britney? I do love your smile, just like Bette said. And people are not going to believe this, but I am also an introvert. No laughing from Mickey Valdivia. Being here with you today and listening to what you had to say and listening to what your mother had to say, it was so worth my time. I loved everything you had to say. I appreciate your struggles because they make me think about how far you're going to go and how much you've already achieved, and you're only 16, 17, 18 years old. I'm so proud of you. and stick with what your mom said and get your education. And there'll be a lot of challenges along the way, but you think about today and this challenge, which you probably were very nervous about. And it was not a piece of cake, but it was certainly worth the time that you gave to us today. So thank you, students. I appreciate everything that you had to say today, and I look forward to learning about your futures. Thank you.
Wow, I think I feel more bad for everyone in the audience than the students right now. Are you guys doing okay? Everyone has Kleenex and okay. What a morning, and what a group of amazing students. Thank you so much, all of you, for sharing your stories. I know we're running a little bit late, so I'm going to make this quick. What I really wanted to talk about was suffering, and I just want a couple things a couple words that I heard from all the different students: pain, hope, rock bottom, overcoming, challenge, involved, broken dreams. Can't read that one. Struggled, depression, hit a low, I gave up. How many of you in this room have suffered something? So students, can you raise your hand again? Students, can you look around at everyone at the table that's around you? So people experience different levels and different amounts of suffering. And what I really want to talk about is there's two different ways to respond to suffering. One is being a victim, and the other one is being a thriver. Does anybody know what a thriver is? A thriver is someone who vigorously grows through challenges and sprouts. You all here today are thrivers. You have chosen not to be a victim based on the suffering you've experienced. And in addition to that, when you talk to somebody who's experienced suffering, they see the world differently. They see the world through a lens that other people don't see. And so you can hear that throughout the thread, throughout all the students. Monica winning first place in a film festival because she sees the world differently based on her experiences. Not everyone has experienced what you have, Monica. And you see the world in a special way because you've chosen not to give up and close out. You've chosen to be a thriver. Same with you, Jesse. Your plight here, what you've done, a 4.3 GPA, Cal Poly Pomona, you're thriving. You've decided to take your struggle and your suffering and turn it into something incredibly positive. And that goes through Alejandro. I don't even know where to start with you, dude. The blue suit, just everything that you've been through and what you've decided to do with your life, you've chosen not to be a victim. You've chosen to see the world differently. And Britney, same thing. Everything you've experienced, you have decided for you that you're not going to let that bring you down, and you are going to proceed and you're going to do the best that you can. All four of you see the world differently. Be proud of that. You have more strength than the regular person who hasn't experienced all those things. It makes you stronger. It makes you wiser. It makes you such a better person. And you have something in you that other people will look towards and want to be. So thank you all very much for everything that you've shared with us today, and congratulations, students, parents, guardians. You should be extremely proud, which I know you are. So thank you very much.
I'm going to go with the last thing I heard, which was right path. Did I go down the right path? And I got to tell you, the right path, it includes all the bumps, it includes the bad things, it includes the good things. And without those bumps and the bad things, you wouldn't be where you are right now. I'm an absolute believer that through all the horrible things that happen in life, sunshine can come out of that. I'm a living testament to that. My son is a living testament to that. You guys are on the right path. Don't ever for a minute think that that right path did not include all the bad things that occurred to you. It's a matter of perspective. I wish I had learned it when I was as young as you. It took me a while to understand that sometimes you have to go through that really bad stuff to make it. So you guys will make it, and just keep charging forward.